then put the money up. Stop telling what other people should do and put the money up. And then again, like they said, dude, come on, brother. You didn't fight Paul Williams. You didn't fight Margarito. So then shut the fuck up.
Floyd Mayweather was reportedly chastised by Terence Crawford's trainer for telling them who Bud should fight next. In case you missed it, Mayweather is hoping that Bud will face David next. In response, Devin Haney said what he had to say.
Robinson.
Hey, what's your thoughts on Floyd wanting to see Crawford fight David Benavidez?
That's wild. That's nasty work right there. That's nasty work.
You think Canelo's ducking him? Like that's crazy, man.
In response to Money's remarks, Hackett said that this was a poor matchup. After hearing him out, he spoke.
Right.
If they can't get Canelo Alvarez outright, then they should fight each other and the winner gets Canelo Alvarez.
No. He trying to line Crawford, man. He trying to see Crawford fall.
Floyd Mayweather is under criticism for his desire to see Terence Crawford take on David. But what recent controversy exists between Mayweather and Crawford? Stay on and enjoy this video as we discover that legendary boxer Floyd Mayweather is renowned for his career in business that has left a lasting impact. Acumen Money is the owner of his own promotions firm, which aims to provide its boxers with the finest matches possible. Additionally, Money has been shown giving other fighters who are not part of his promotion insightful counsel. Do you recall when a few months back he was spotted with Ryan? Mayweather just got back into the game when he offered Terence Crawford some insightful counsel. There are a number of worthy opponents, but Terence Crawford hasn't engaged in combat since his decisive victory over Errol Spence Jr. in July of last year. Crawford, who weighs 168 pounds, is eager to fight Canelo Alvarez. But Canelo isn't interested in this match, and he's prepared to face fellow Mexican Jamie Munguia after this out-of-bounds collision for in a fight hype interview. But Mayweather offered an alternate mega battle at 6 to 8 olds. Money proposed a confrontation between David and Crawford. Terence Crawford, according to him, is an extremely talented and skillful fighter. If he wants to fight Canelo and David wants to fight Canelo, they can fight each other if they can't get Canelo. He wants to get to 168 pounds. David and Crawford went on, "You guys should say F and K will fight each other if you feel like you're chasing one fighter and you can't get that fight."
And I thought about this, if he wanted to go to 168 and he want to fight Canelo bad and Benavidez want to fight Canelo bad, they can't get Canelo, they can fight each other, Benavidez and Crawford.
Bud has not said anything in response to Mayweather's remarks. Recently, he traveled to Puerto Rico to be acknowledged especially for his abilities. In response to the question of who he could fight next, he said, "Everyone will have to wait and see what Terence Crawford does next because I don't want to give out too much too soon." When asked if he could take on the winner of Tim Suzu versus Keith Thurman, Bud responded, "We shall see." Tim faces a formidable opponent in Sebastian Fonder. Hopefully, the next move will be seen after the fight.
I have to see it. I don't want to give out too much too soon. So everybody gonna have to wait and see the next move for Terence Crawford.
Floyd Mayweather's David suggestion, which suggested Bud fight David, has sparked a flurry of debates, arguments, and controversy in the boxing world. This showdown is a story as much as a fight. Rich proposal that contrasts brute force and aggression with Crawford's tactical brilliance and ring mastery. Yet, the proposal's underlying currents show a complicated web of intentions, possible outcomes, and strategic maneuvering. As Benjamin is a fighter with devastating power and a menacing presence in the ring, many observers read Mayweather's move as an attempt to unnerve Crawford, who has remained one of boxing's most formidable characters. Mayweather is perceived to be engaged in a high-stakes match. Mayweather's proposition, according to critics, is loaded with the intention of forcing Crawford into a situation that will test his legacy, his career trajectory, and possibly his reputation after Mayweather's remarks. Bud's group has taken issue with the trainer of legendary boxer Crawford, who sent a strong and passionate message regarding the possibility of a bout between Crawford and David. This remark not only discloses Crawford's camp's position about the possible fight, but it also emphasizes the power dynamics at work, the nuances and unspoken norms of boxing talks. In the ring, Crawford's trainer angrily refuted Mayweather's remarks of arranging a bout between Crawford and David. He criticized the legendary boxer for only advocating for others without actually risking any money. The trainer's message to Mayweather was crystal clear. If he really thought this fight had worth, he should be willing to back it up financially. In other words, he was telling Mayweather to put up the cash. By putting the onus back on Mayweather, this challenge calls into doubt his motives and sincerity in trying to set up the match. Additionally, the trainer brought up Mayweather's selective fight history, subtly casting doubt on the veracity of Mayweather's recommendation by bringing up Mayweather's career avoidance of particular opponents. Crawford's trainers call Mayweather's drive for a Crawford-David bout hypocritical. This charge raises questions about Mayweather's motivations, which adds a degree of intrigue and controversy to the conversation. Is this a sincere desire to watch a world-class bout, or is it an effort to make Crawford uncomfortable and put him in a possibly harmful situation? Moreover, in addition to challenging Mayweather, Crawford's trainers' comment about providing the funding raises a bigger issue in boxing: the difficulty in arranging major matches because of financial constraints and scheduling conflicts. This is a reflection of the sport's anger that the most interesting matchups in this charge statement are frequently postponed or prevented due to financial and business concerns. Crawford's trainer presents a position that is critical of the existing status of boxing talks, while also expressing a mixture of defiance, challenge, and skepticism. In a sport where too many conversations don't translate into action or potential, the request to put up the money is more than just a challenge to Mayweather. Wars that define a legacy are still only hypothetical. This brief scene in the film is a microcosm of the greater conversation that is going on about what it takes to produce the best fights in the contemporary boxing age. And Crawford's crew isn't the only one responding to these remarks. Devin Haney shared his thoughts, presenting a complex analysis of the circumstances. In an interview, Haney responded to Mayweather's idea by calling the bout dirty work on Mayweather's part. Haney also responded to the matchup's difficulty and the possibility that Crawford would have a difficult, exhausting battle. Although Haney refrained from criticizing Mayweather's proposition outright, he could draw attention to the serious threat David would present to everyone, including Crawford. His use of unpleasant work acknowledges the complexities and high risks of a battle like this, while demonstrating respect for B's abilities and sense of danger in the ring. This word choice indicates knowledge of the boxing scene, where ability and strategy are just as important as strength and fortitude in bouts. Furthermore, while he avoids explicitly challenging Mayweather's motivations, Haney's remark subtly raises awareness of the politics and strategic maneuvering present in boxing and touches on the wider ramifications of Mayweather's proposal. Crawford's response suggests that he is aware of the underlying factors at work and how they might affect his legacy and career. Hackett, a boxing trainer, also discussed Floyd Mayweather's recommendation that Terence Crawford fight David in the event that a bout with Canelo Alvarez isn't possible for either boxer. Hackett's viewpoint illuminates Mayweather's influence and goals in the boxing scene while providing a critical look into the complex world of boxing. Hackett charges Mayweather specifically of trying to bait Crawford into a fight with B. This allegation is based on Hackett's analysis, which emphasizes Crawford's size and power disadvantage over David, showing that the suggested matchup is a very negative one for Crawford. In addition to being a strong opponent, Benavides is a physical anomaly in his weight class who Hackett believes has the ability to overwhelm Crawford. He calls David a beast in his weight class and implies that Mayweather's recommendation is not in Crawford's best interest, but rather a calculated attempt to undermine Crawford's hegemony in the industry. Mayweather draws criticism from Hackett for what he sees as her hypocrisy. He makes the point that Mayweather exercised meticulous judgment when choosing fights throughout his storied career to steer clear of unduly dangerous pairings, especially when facing opponents with considerable size and strength. Gained by advising Crawford to assume this kind of risk, it is believed that Mayweather is enforcing a standard that he did not follow. This criticism highlights what is seen as a lack of consistency in Mayweather's strategy for matchmaking and fight marketing, especially when it comes to counseling or influencing the careers of other fighters. By challenging Mayweather's recommendation, the Hackett comment also addresses the wider ramifications of Mayweather's impact in boxing. Hackett extends an invitation to discuss the obligations of prominent boxers in the sport and how their advice affects the lives of active fighters. He says that instead of putting other boxers in potentially harmful matchups, Mayweather's position gives him a platform that may be used to positively alter the sport. Although Mayweather is keen to fight up against Crawford, what are your thoughts? Is Crawford better off taking on David or going up against someone like Tem? Tell us in the comments below. All of that for now. Remember to subscribe to and like the channel. To ensure that you never miss any more videos like this, turn on the bell for the most recent notifications. We appreciate your time and we'll see you in the next video.